Welcome to Waves of Awareness, the podcast that is bringing the voices and personalities of people with disabilities to the community.
Listening along to learn more about the daily life of me and my friends, the resources available to us and our families, and how this podcast is chatting job for me and others with disability in this community.
Hey everybody, this is Waves of Awareness. We are back with another fun episode. We've got a lot of people at the tables today and we have a really fun guest. Let me jump into introductions and then we can get into the content for the day. We have Mr. Johnny Sunshine. How are you, John?
I'm doing fine. You know how it is. You know how it is these days.
I do know how it is.
Yeah.
We also have Mr. Chuck Norris. What's up, man?
Thank you.
And then we also have Matt the Man.
Hi, Matt.
Moore. How are you, Matt?
Staci, I feel great, Staci.
I'm so glad y'all are here. Our special guest today is Miss Alecia Talbott with the Down Syndrome Association of Middle Tennessee. Hi, Alecia.
Hello, Staci.
How are you doing today?
Great, glad to be here.
Good. Okay, so we've got a list of questions that were prepared by our co-host. But I guess the big question is, before we jump into those, is do y'all want to get to know Alecia first, or do y'all want to share stuff about your lives first?
I was going to start later.
You want to? Okay. Do you want to start us off with our first question, Matt?
Oh, yes, I will, Staci.
Thank
I
you.
will.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Hold on,
Can you tell us a little about the Down Syndrome Association of Tennessee?
I sure can tell you a little bit or a whole lot about the Down Syndrome Association of
That's
Middle
right.
Tennessee, Matt. Well, fortunately, next year will actually be the 30th anniversary of the Down Syndrome Association of Middle
Congratulations.
Tennessee. We're real excited about that. But basically, our organization, at the crux of it, we believe that everyone with Down syndrome deserves to lead an extraordinary life.
Yes.
And so it's our job to empower families and individuals with Down syndrome to have those extraordinary lives that they also so well deserve.
Nice.
How do you support infants with Down syndrome and their families in their daily lives?
Norris, there's a whole lot of ways that DSAMT supports families in their daily lives. And I'll just give you a couple stories. How's that? So right now we have a little boy who is in the hospital. He went in there several months ago, very, very sick with heart problems. And we have been in and out of the hospital with his mom and dad and supporting him and taking them meals, helping them to advocate in the hospital for good care for their son. And fortunately, he is on the way to recovery right now. It was real touch and go for a while. So it can be life and death in some cases like that. Other cases, we have a young mom who is in need of a decent car to drive her daughter with Down syndrome to and from school and to doctor's appointments, etc. And so we were able to help get her in a safe ride and provide that for her. But other things that we do on a daily basis is really, educating families and caregivers so that they have best practices handy to be able to maximize the potential of individuals with Down syndrome. And we do the same for schools, medical providers, the community, businesses. A lot of times a business or a preschool will have someone with Down syndrome and they're just not as familiar. And so we're able to go in and educate them and give them some real good tips and teach them basically that you guys are more like the rest of us, than you are different, but you have extraordinary gifts that you bring. And so what we're trying to do is find ways that we can help you shine with those gifts.
Nice. Do you have any key programs or resources that you offer the community outside of, are there things that families can specifically search for to find support or events or anything?
Absolutely. The
in the
website
community?
is actually a great first start,
Okay.
which is somethingextra.org. And that's because Down syndrome is an extra copy of the 21st chromosome, or as we like to say, just a little something extra. But we have an entire resource section that is divided by, behavior supports, educational supports, advocacy, financial planning, and resources, and any of that can be searched. We also have a first call program, which means that any caregiver, or really anybody, can make a referral into us. It's very easy. But they let us know if they're expecting a baby or if they've received a secondary diagnosis, if they have just a question. And then we field all of those calls. And that can be as simple as just, talking them through something over the telephone, or connecting them with a parent mentor, which we train other parents so that they can facilitate and walk them through different stages throughout the life course.
How can come? Wait, say long word.
Do you want help?
I never get that long word is.
Communities.
Communities become more in events.
Do you want help?
Yep.
It's inclusive.
Inclusive and supportive of inclusive with Down syndrome.
Yeah, it's a question I get asked a lot, how communities can be more inclusive and supportive of individuals with Down syndrome. And I have a very long answer that I'll try to keep shorter for you. But the first way happened when my son was born, when he was 16. And your mother, Matt, at the time, was the director of the Down Syndrome Association, and she came to the hospital. And she showed me all kinds of pictures of you. You were working. You had been prom king.
I didn't know that.
I'm trying to remember all of the accolades that she shared with me.
Just general rock star.
Pretty much. And for a new mom, that was important to see and hear that life could be very meaningful and joyful, because new parents are often very scared. So I think it starts with connecting and exposing the community to people with Down syndrome, just like that. And some of that's through parents, and some of that is by you guys being out and working in jobs, working at Best Buy, working at Publix, working,
John used to work at Kroger.
at Kroger, at Chick-fil-A.
I'm 75.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, I get around, don't I?
But I think the exposure that the rest of the world needs to have to people with Down syndrome is just as critical to inclusion as it is that our folks have opportunities in the community, because it really works both ways. At least we know in the schools, for example, that kids with Down syndrome with disabilities, when they're educated alongside their non-disabled peers, they perform better. But most people don't also realize that their non-disabled peers will actually have improved outcomes from being educated next to folks with disabilities. And so that's kind of it's a give and take, I think, when it comes to inclusion. But ultimately, you guys just being the rock stars that you are, and allowing us to make that public and spread that word. I think that's, at the end of the day, as much as anything, it is to remember to treat everybody like you would anybody. I mean, you've met one person with Down syndrome. Congratulations, you've met one person.
Yes, exactly.
That Down syndrome is part of who you are, but it is a small part.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too.
You like that?
I do. My sister Katie, the teeth kindergarten too.
I know. And you probably had an impact on her.
I did. My sister Katie.
The Christmas tree is frequent.
Yeah, there is a big Christmas tree in Franklin. Have you seen that yet?
I have not seen the Franklin Christmas tree yet.
Well, on your way out of town, go through downtown,
Okay.
drive around the square.
I'll have to do that.
Huge Christmas tree. Did you go to the tree lighting, Norris?
No,
No,
I was not there anyway.
you're not there. But have you seen the tree?
I've seen it there anyway.
Nice. Okay.
I just on I saw a race page
Oh,
on Facebook. I did a race hat on Facebook page.
yes, we had some Christmas things on the Waves page because we did the parade.
Awesome.
And so-
I think I saw you guys at the parade.
Sorry.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Matt, do you want to ask another question?
Oh, yes, they say I would do number 5.
Okay, thank you.
Joking. What are some SIP ways people can get involved? Our show support for our recommendation.
Very good, Matt. I'm really impressed with your reading. You're doing great.
Then-
So don't fret.
right.
Simple ways people can get involved or support the association. Well, at the simplest thing is to go to the website, somethingextra.org, and make a donation. Thank you. Because the organization, it's a grassroots, community of parents, friends, and so we're not federally funded, we're not state funded, we're not government funded. We rely solely on donations from individuals in the community. But we have lots of great volunteer opportunities. We have about 20 volunteer Santas going on right now that will be delivering Santa gifts.
I've heard about this. Can you share a little bit about this? Gina was bragging on the program earlier this week, and I would love for you to share more, just so that our audience and anyone listening can know, like, what is happening for the holidays.
It has become one of the most just amazing programs that we have started. We used to always have a holiday party. Many, many, many eons ago, it used to be down at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. And we sort of outgrew the space, and then all of a sudden, COVID happened. And we couldn't be in person. And we really wanted to reach out to everybody, and people weren't able to go to the mall and get pictures with Santa. And we found a sponsor, and we got a whole bunch of volunteer Santas, and we purchased a lot of Santa suits, and we bought a bunch of presents, and we sent Santas to people's houses. And the absolute surprise and joy and just the personal just emotion of it for the kids and for their parents and their siblings, because Santa brings presents to kids with Down syndrome and their siblings. There's usually a little something for mom and dad too, so nobody's left out. Everybody in the family is important. But these videos that parents were taking and their kids just looking out the window when they saw them coming up, and the Santas got into it. Some of them enlisted law enforcement, and they had on hats and they rode the motorcycles in, and others have elves that go with them. It's a really big production, but we visit about 200 families over the course of 2 weekends.
Wow.
So there's at least 20 volunteer Santas.
Yeah,
and
because you're averaging
countless elves.
100 families a weekend.
Yes, basically. So it's quite an undertaking.
Yes.
Yes, but it's well worth it. It's just a beautiful thing.
I just love it because all of the Santas have Down syndrome, correct? Or
Actually, most of the Santas are dads who have children with Down
Okay,
syndrome. We have a
gotcha,
few other
okay.
volunteers, but this year we are so excited that we'll have our first Santa with Down syndrome, Mr. Eric Wilson. So that will be, it would be my hope that eventually we would have a whole troop of
yes.
adults with Down syndrome who played our
Yeah.
Santas for us, because
Well, I
that
think
would be huge.
that speaks to how representation matters, being able to see yourself in another role or another, because that allows you to be able to hope and dream and see yourself somewhere else down the road into the future. And
Absolutely.
So, and then being able to see yourself in Santa is so powerful.
I tried to talk Matt Norris into it, but I couldn't get any bites.
Oh, guys. Guys. Well, let Eric pave the way this year, and then maybe next year y'all might want to do it.
Yeah, we will.
He can tell y'all how it goes.
He knows too.
Yeah.
He does. I mean,
Exactly. Exactly. Guys, do we have any other questions for Alecia that y'all want to ask?
who's the member? Oh, Down syndrome.
Can you say that again, Matt?
who is a member of Down syndrome?
Who is a member?
Who is a member of the association?
Yeah.
Anybody who cares about, is interested in, or wants to make a difference in the lives of people with Down syndrome. We don't have membership fees. You say you want to be a part of this, you're a part of this. And if you have a child, whether or not you participate in any of the activities that we host throughout the year, we do camps, we have music and fun, we have a circle of friends, we just a lot of different programs. But you don't have to participate in anything, not the moms groups or the grandparents groups, because we also have a huge advocacy arm of the organization. So we're on Capitol Hill every year, advocating for laws to make your lives better. And so you can be touched by our organization and not even know about us.
Capitol Hill, that's what I did. That's what I did with Will.
Yes, you and Will, you advocated for both the step-up legislation,
That's what we
correct?
did, that's right.
And then the Able Tennessee legislation, I think, too.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's McMillan and me.
Yeah, I love that. Look at you, Matt, out there working.
I always did that with bears. That I did.
Yep, you're a rock star when it comes to going up to Capitol Hill and talking.
That's right.
John, do you have a question for Miss Alecia?
Not really, but I got a little question when I've been on that little ride a little bit.
Okay. Well, do you want to save that? You want to talk with Miss Alecia first about Down syndrome stuff, and then we'll talk about the ride later? Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Matt, do you have another question for Miss Alecia?
Daisy. Oh, yes, I do.
I knew you did.
That's what I did. I said five. Oh, here I am. I'm on 6.
Okay.
You're all there in, as you says, stories, your I am spending moments you like to share from your work.
Do you think there are some success stories and inspiring moments that we have at DSAMT?
Yeah, that's what I did.
yeah. I think you might be number one.
That's right.
Gosh, there are so many inspiring moments. Lots of success stories. We had a program, one that comes to mind, where we were able to provide, again during COVID, some ABA therapy. And we had a young boy with Down syndrome who was 4, who was completely nonverbal, who participated in the program and was starting to use 1 and 2 words after several months of therapy within the program,
Wow.
which was phenomenal. We have had an employment program where we bring in adults with Down syndrome. And at the time, we were doing pizza kits. And so everybody had a job. They were learning job skills. And we had a young man with Down syndrome, dual diagnosed with autism, nonverbal. And the first couple of times he came, it was a little rough. He wasn't sure what to expect, and we weren't exactly sure what to expect. But we set boundaries. We created ways for him to be able to do that. And, I think it was maybe the 3rd time that he came to work. He came in, he put his slinky on the counter, went, washed his hands, put his hairnet on, and went to work. And those are things I think, those touch me. I think, the most inspiring are these little kiddos who, about half of people with Down syndrome will have congenital heart defects. And so when you go to the hospital and you see these babies, and they're open sometimes. And as a mom, personally, that's
Scary.
It's very scary, and it's hard to see. But then to see them a year down the road, 2 years down the road, and I've been doing this long enough to see them 15 years down the road, and see them in school and Girl Scouts and, riding horses and swimming and being part of their general education classrooms.
Yeah.
It's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's the true inspiration.
It really is. Yeah.
I gotta say something. I don't know words.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you'll think of it in a second. Do you want to ask another?
I did say number 6. I'm on number 7.
Okay.
Okay. I'll fix my mic. Do you have any upcoming events or in events that listeners should know about?
Well, I'm very pleased to say that there's always an upcoming event, an initiative at the Down Syndrome Association. We serve 40 counties in Middle Tennessee, which is a big populace.
Yeah.
And we also have, one way that we make that happen is through our county friends groups. So we have parent mentor volunteers from each of those counties, and then they organize monthly activities in each of those counties so that everybody isn't having to come to Nashville or one central place to be able to participate. So this weekend is actually the Mom's Ornament Night Exchange and party for Christmas. So I'll be back down here in Franklin for that.
Fine.
Yes, it's kind of a white elephant ornament
John said
exchange.
you can come back.
Yeah.
No such thing as white elephant.
Well, you kind of steal from each other.
You can paint them
My
white.
mother knew you.
Yes,
Paint them white.
yes, you could. But we eat a lot and we talk a lot and support each other through that.
Sounds like my kind of fun.
Yeah, it really is. And really, and there's several other, events that are happening. I think tonight there's actually a group is going to Capitol Theater to see the movie Elf. And there are some other activities like that are going on, which you can always find on the events calendar at the website. And you've participated in quite a few things over the years. Initiative-wise,
Yes, I did.
particularly because it's near the end of the year,
right.
we're doing planning for next year. What are those bills that we anticipate seeing in Congress? What are the educational things we're going to be having coming up? We're very pleased that the Global Down Syndrome Foundation supported DSAMT this year for our brand new Boundaries program, which will start with adults. And we will, over a 6 to 8 or 10-week course, you will learn about social boundaries, things that are appropriate to say with your mom and dad and things that are maybe not so appropriate to say at work, and some rules for dating and relationships, jobs, and that sort of thing. We'll also be having our Smart Start program, which is a 4-week course for parents whose kids will be starting kindergarten in the fall. And so they'll come and we'll teach them everything they know to get their children ready for kindergarten, so that they have the best possible start and that they're setting out with success. So those are some that I'm really excited about. We're always excited about the extra mile, though.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years since I've seen you guys there.
Yeah, you did.
All fair, that's okay. But it will be coming up. It's always at the end of the October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, so it's always right after that. Kind of caps off the month full of all kinds of celebrations and public events.
321.
321 is a really big one. It'll probably be even bigger this year as part of our 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
We haven't yet decided if 321 will be kind of the 30th anniversary, party, but I think we're planning a whole separate party because the anniversary is really in the summer. So it's either June or July, I can't remember. I'm old, But we'll certainly, 321 is March 21st is World Down Syndrome Awareness Day because, again, Down syndrome is a third copy of the 21st chromosome. So March 15th is a huge day, and there's always a party, a big party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do. I had a really great idea too.
You have a great idea? Let me hear it.
I like a really good idea. You did.
I think he's saying your party's a great idea.
Oh, my party's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah, we really need to pay homage to, 30 years ago, there wasn't a Down Syndrome Association here. And we had 3 just fabulous parents, moms, who sat around a kitchen table and said, when our children were born, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know where to go. There was no one there to support us. And we need to start something. And so it really started as, let's talk to parents when they get the diagnosis.
Yes.
And over 30 years, that has turned into, let's meet parents when they get to the diagnosis and support them throughout the lifespan, even when, they're angels. And what can we do to, just help them to shine and live the best life possible throughout that time period? So, it's expanded into more than I could ever, I think probably a lot more than your mom had in mind back then.
No, that's so beautiful.
Yes, on Wednesdays, March.
Is it on Wednesday?
I can't remember what the day was.
I don't know. You'll have to look up which day March
Yeah.
21st is in 2025ve.
We've
I
got
got
some
my
time.
phone. There it
We've
was.
got a little bit of time to figure that out.
I still have, on Wednesdays, I still have my backlight on Wednesdays.
Yes.
You have backlight on Wednesdays. Well, normally if we have a party, it probably won't be on the 21st unless that's on a Saturday.
Yeah, be said, I'll be here that day.
Yes, Saturday?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make a note and I'll tell Tanya to make sure that the party is on a Saturday.
That's right.
How's that?
What's that too? I got two.
Okay, we got it.
Well, Alecia, what's one message that you want our listeners to be able to take away from this conversation?
And I was reminded, Gina walked out. I was reminded of this story. My daughter is 18. And, she said to me, it was just this morning, she said, somebody asked me if my brother was a Downs. And she said, it really took me a while to kind of figure out what he was trying to say. And I said, well, the best answer for that is my brother is a Talbott. And that's really at the crux of it. And people with Down syndrome are human beings. They are people like you and me. They're not always happy. I can attest
Neither
to.
am I.
Nope. They want to go to birthday parties. They want to, play in sports, be in the band. They want to swim. They want to do what all of their friends are doing. I still say to this day that having an older sibling for my son was better than any of the therapies that we ever did because he just wanted to do what she was doing.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, we're all people on the same journey of life, right? And we're all just trying to figure it out. But we all want to be accepted and valued for who we are, not for, what we struggle with.
Yeah.
And I've always said, and a lot of people have trouble sometimes understanding it, that Down syndrome is an extraordinary gift. And I remember Matt's mom saying to me when my son was born, she said, if we could take Down syndrome away, we wouldn't. And she left, and I was still just crying. And I looked at my husband, and I said, there's something wrong with that woman. And I told her this story. But when I meet new parents, I go, I'm going to tell you something, and you're going to think I'm probably not quite right. But time will come, and you will get through this grieving what you thought was going to happen. And you will find, if you allow yourself, just the tremendous, wonderful life that you couldn't have imagined. It's kind of, it's what you always needed but had no idea that you did until you got it. And it's an incredible gift if you take advantage of it. The best times we all have are when we're hanging out with these guys.
I would agree with that. I don't have children, but I would say the best times that I have when I'm hanging out with our friends here at Waves.
It really is. They touch us more than we can hope to impress upon them.
Yeah, that's so beautiful.
So,
Matt, do you want to ask number 10?
Yeah.
Kind of, you breezed through, you answered a lot of the questions. No, you're
I'm pretty
fine.
wordy.
Do not apologize
I'm not
for
shortage
being a
words.
great guest.
Here I am. I'm number 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I get them, so I was.
Yes, no, that's fine. You can ask number 8.
I know I will. What has been the most REW weird winning
Do you want help? Rewarding.
rewarding part of working with your recommendation.
The most rewarding part of this job
Yeah.
is you and Norris and all of the babies I get to hold. Yeah, wake up down there, Norris. All of the new babies that we get to hold, and all of the celebrations, all of the milestones that you guys accomplish, the things that we see that you guys are able to do today that 40, 50 years ago would never have been possible. That's the most rewarding part. Seeing you guys thrive.
It's right.
That's it.
I think it's a great idea too.
Oh, you have another great idea. I'm all in, Matt.
I always think the great ideas you did, but that's in the room.
Oh, I've already done all the great ideas? Oh, no, there are many, many more great ideas.
You do.
Matt. We've had some good ideas over the years.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we have. We've done some good stuff.
I would
It
say
is.
the creation of the organization was an amazing idea.
Okay, you, Staci.
And what Alicia's been able to do and her predecessors, your mom, has been able to do have just continued to make it grow, and it makes it even better for
right.
not just you guys with Down syndrome, but for the whole community.
We do have new CEO,
Who has a new CEO?
Donna.
Yes, the ARC of Greater Nash and Davidson County
Yes,
has a new CEO, Miss Donna Bryant.
that's right.
Yep,
She has
that'd be great.
She has been on the podcast before, so go scroll through our list of podcast titles, and you can find your mom and Miss Donna talking about a program that's offered at the ARC.
That's right. January. That's just done in January. Hang out with me.
Yeah,
She's going to hang out with you. Is there going to be a retirement party?
She retire for her. She is.
Is it going to be on a Saturday and not Wednesday?
I get what the idea was.
Wait, she already had it?
Hers birthday. Mom's birthday in January.
Okay, so around her
okay.
birthday. Well,
Okay.
I better get an invite to the retirement party, okay?
I've got by the year. Mama's doing January year 25. Just doing it.
In 2025.
2025.
Retiring.
Yep.
She is.
We better have a big party, don't you think?
Oh, well deserved.
I've got school yet. I've got school. My mom yet. By that yet.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there'll be a retirement party in the planning.
I hope so.
I know too. I
If I know your mom, there'll be a party.
Well, Alicia, how can people reach out and support, volunteer, or learn more about the organization?
An easy way to do it is through the website, which is somethingextra.org. We also have an app on Google Play and the iPhone. It's just called DSAMT.
Nice.
And it allows, you can register, you can make a referral, you can access all of the key resources directly from your smartphone. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Nice.
Or you can just call the office at 615-454-3129. And Abby or Olivia, who is our self-advocate and PR specialist, will answer the phone and help you in any way we can.
Awesome. Okay.
I have a couple with her.
You have a couple with her?
Me, her, the clip together.
You know Olivia.
How do you know Olivia, Matt?
Olivia, saying it. You always hang out with me, my mom too. Sometimes we get together.
Y'all are really good friends, huh?
Yeah, couple.
You're a couple.
I got we along good as all.
You're in a relationship?
Yes, I am with her. I know I am. I'm glad. I do know. I'm glad I have fun with Olivia.
Good.
She has fun with you. We hear some stories.
All right, well, I'm going to open it up for other questions that might not have been prepared. I know John said he has a question about some kind of ride around something. Do you want to ask your question?
But first, I'm going to say, Jesus Christ love you, Jesus Christ love you, Jesus Christ love you. Jesus is a season for the reason, and ain't about when now when Jesus is Lord. By the Father, Son, Spirit, Father, Spirit, Father, Spirit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, I was on a ride. I enjoyed it. That's the first time I went on a ride, and I give some candy to the kids, and they all know me. I say, hi, John, how you doing? I would say, Johnny Sunshine shines all the time, and we'll have a good time on that. I got the third one. I'm going to make this switch gears so that, can your daughter drive a car when she's 18? Can she drive?
Can Miss Alecia drive?
No, her daughter.
My daughter, not yet. She's 18. She cannot yet drive.
Okay, let's hope so, and she can take everybody around. Hope it works right for her.
Well, I hope she learns soon, yes. She's been focusing on college right now.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad your daughter and son will be all right, and they have to hang in there. You know how that is.
I do.
Like that. So she's 18. Your son is 14, right?
16.
Oh, he's 16 and one's 18. She's the oldest.
Yes.
Well, let's hope everything works right for both of them.
Me too.
All right, nice question. Jesus Christ love you, and thank you very much. Testimony.
Listen.
And that why too, and Jesus too. They call me Johnny Sunshine, Jesus too, and I shine all the time.
Johnny, you shine pretty brightly. I'm glad
Well, I
you've met
try.
you today.
I keep my batteries up. My spiritual batteries up. And Jesus Christ knows I do.
Batteries up, John.
Well, just keeping the Bible, keep listening, keep praying like that. And shut up, catch motion, that's all, spiritual, physically, and so stay out of trouble. I try. You know that. And Lisa, your son will be pretty cool, and so your daughter and your son. They be around. They were around. We meet them someday, pretty soon.
Well, thank you very much.
Maybe this spring, maybe they come around on a picnic, because we have picnics in March or April. We do.
Okay.
And right over where I live, over the baseball, where they play baseball, way over there.
Yes.
So I think you'll like that. That's my Tony. And I thank you for my question. Jesus Physical, I thank you, Johnny Sunshine.
Well, thank you, Johnny Sunshine.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. You're the boy.
I say 7.
Matt and Norris, do y'all have any other questions or life updates that you want to share?
I do have.
You're good, Norris?
I'm good. I
You
got
done
9
any-
and 10.
Oh, I asked number 10. I'm sorry, Matt.
You're good for now. I got to say number 9 yet.
Okay, you can ask number 9. Yeah.
And the word you're good. I'm gonna say yet. This I know. What's one makes you like our listeners to take away from this? Come on, along good.
Do you want help? Conversation.
Conversations.
Yeah. What's a message that we would like people to take away from the conversation?
I do.
Matt, what do you think the most important message is?
I do like it. I Down syndrome. I do.
You have Down syndrome. What do you think is most important for people to know about Down syndrome?
Like, I can't remember words. I never get.
What about something that you've shown me is that you can do anything that anyone else can do?
Oh, really? Yeah, that's I told you about that. I did.
And then some. You play guitar, don't you?
I play guitar and sing too.
And sing? Yeah, I can't do either of those.
Nope. Me neither.
I did perform at Ray's event.
Yeah.
For 3 years running.
That's right. At Ray's event, they have Blues and Grooves event.
Yep.
That's what I did.
And Norris has done some pretty incredible accomplishments too. I've seen you at Special Olympics before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won the 2022 Summer Games in USA.
Yeah, the 2022 Summer Games. In which event?
powerlifting.
Powerlifting?
Yeah.
Which lift did you?
It's on a deadlift and bench press.
The deadlift and the bench press?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your PR on the deadlift?
My deadlift is a 225.
225?
That's incredible. I can't pick up more than about 25 pounds falling
And-
over.
I think no.
And what about your bench press? What's your PR there?
125.
Phew. That's phenomenal.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And the thing is, it's not amazing. I mean, it's extraordinary, but it's not. I mean, it was just, 2 years ago that Chris Nickick was the first person with Down syndrome to win Ironman. Or not win, but he completed the Ironman.
The completion of the Ironman.
The completion of Ironman.
is an amazing feat.
I talk to people in my life all the time, and every time I talk about the story, I go, "How many others in the room have been Ironman?"
No.
And
not
to
me.
date, no one has ever raised their hand
Yeah.
at that. And yet we have someone with Down syndrome. So it's astonishing, yes, because it was a first, but it's really not that amazing. It takes, as he said, his
of
goal
work.
was to get 1% better every day. We can all get 1% better every day.
Yeah.
And really, if we set our mind to it, we could probably all be Iron Man too, But, I mean, it's really no different than the rest of the world. I mean, sometimes parents will say, what is this going to be? And my kid won't be a doctor. My kid won't be a lawyer, and I go, how many people in your family are doctors and lawyers? And, they're not going to, are you going to be a rocket scientist? I don't know any rocket scientists personally.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a country music star? What are the chances of that? And so it's really not that different.
Just eat it.
Huh?
She said it, didn't she?
What did I say?
Country.
Oh, I lit your fire. I said country music, didn't I?
I've been country myself.
I know you're in
too.
country music. See, all these things that you've accomplished that I have not and will never. Karen Gaffney swum the English Channel. We have, their names are escaping me on the spot, but we have all of the actors from Born This Way who won Emmys. I don't think I'll ever win an Emmy. Starring in major motion picture films. They're just some incredible stories. Jamie Brewer was on American Horror Story and was the first adult with Down syndrome to walk the real Fashion Week, not in a a special event. But those are inclusive things that have happened, and they've happened because of organizations like yours, like ours, and all of them across the country.
Well, probably a combination of all of them.
Yes, just to show, and because we've included people, and we've given them those opportunities, and lo and behold, they tend to shine when given the chance.
Yes.
So they just need more chances. Yeah.
Hear, hear. I support that.
So 321 is 21's on Friday.
It's
it's
on
on
a
a
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, we probably won't have a party on a Friday. It'll probably be a Saturday. It'll probably be on the 22nd then.
You can use it as of my phone says on here.
Yep.
Do the same thing.
Well, now I know. Well, you better save the date, the 22nd.
That's right.
Yeah.
I always be my dad's that week.
Well, your dad will have to bring you.
Yeah, he will. Oh, I've got to my dad yet. By you're here. I've got to my dad yet.
You haven't told your dad yet that you're here?
I've got to my dad say hi to Alicia.
Oh. Your dad says hi to Miss Alecia.
Please tell your dad I said hello.
I'll see him on Friday.
Nice.
Cool.
I know I am.
Okay. Well, Miss Alecia, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing about the amazing work that y'all are doing at Down Syndrome Association of Middle Tennessee. And again, that website is
Somethingextra.org.
somethingextra.org. Check out our show notes. We'll have those links down there. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for all that you do at Waves.
No, thanks. Matt, do you want to send us off?
Yes, it is, Stacy.
Okay, let's hear it.
Love you. Jesus, thank you for the reason. May God go in your peace. It's a giant sunshine.
Thank you, John.
I didn't know he was pray. He does.
Yes.
I didn't hear the prayer.
John is our resident prayer
That's okay.
supplier.
Yeah, that too. This is Waves of Wellness. This is spread the positive.
All right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for turning into another episode of Waves of Awareness. We are glad you're here till next time.
Waves of Awareness is a Waves Inc. podcast and made possible thanks to Spread the Positive, the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, and Tennessee's Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities. For more information, visit us online at www.wavesinc.com/podcast.